What is up, y'all? We are back again with another episode. You can see that the sun is still out. We're doing an early recording. We are on episode 24. 24. We figured it. We got there eventually. 24. Um, so yeah, we are on episode 24. You can see I'm fresh off work doing an early recording. Let's get this going. Right off the gate, we do intros to the show, and Ian is already on his Ian's on his shit. Young Money, the artist formerly known as Ambrose is now known as Young Money. Anyway, the episode starts out much where the last one takes place. The old crazy man is yelling about the end of times, and everyone needs to go the way of the master. Um, we find out that the way of the master is a new religion for a kingdom to the east called Melindor. Yeah, Melindor, where Vilvanus said Ambrose should go. So, yeah, that'll be interesting later on to hit on. They head to the bar, the Black Rose, where Pickle was Pickles. Pickles. It has a Z at the end of it. One day Andy's gonna correct me and be like, it's not even pickles, it's like pickles or something. Anyway, but they head to the Black Rose where Andy. Ambrose in this episode was like, Andy. And then they were like, who is Andy? but but they head to the Black Rose where Pickles was trying to head to. Katie does a good job of playing Adalia, coming from like a dictator, police, state, town, kingdom thing. I can never remember the right word for that, but dictatorship. Uh, because she starts seeing things and getting overwhelmed in the town because like where she's from, this like you wouldn't normally see that. So really good job coming from Katie. Pickles goes up to. They get to the bar, the Black Rose. They go inside, and Pickle goes up to the bar and order drinks, and asks for a cold glass of water. There's more of that thieves can't secret code. Um, Pickle just tells everyone that they are about to meet her family. Like she casually drops it on them. She's like, "Oh, by the way, my family's here. We're probably gonna meet them," and everybody's just like, "What?" So yeah, they they sit back and enjoy beer. It is Adalia's first time trying beer, and she is uh she is taking lessons from Theric. Ambrose chugs his beer, and then the whole party just this is like a nice scene of just like I'm gonna sit back and relax and just for a minute, just me and my beer. So they do that. We find out that Pickle's family is called the Oasis. The Oasis. But her immediate family is called the Picanolis. The Picanoli. Picanoli. I knew I had to ask Andy how to spell that one because I knew I was going to say it wrong. But that's funny because I wonder. Or well, no. Anyway, it's interesting. She tries to explain her family a little to the group, like these people do things to get stuff done, but those things might not be ethical. So everybody's just like, "Oh, they're the mafia," and Pickles is like, "Not the mafia," but yeah. Ferret goes to the bar and gets more drinks and gets hit on a little bit. The group clues Adalia in about themselves. So yeah, they have like a really get to know you moment with Adalia. It's just kind of like what all they've gone through, what all they've what they're about, basically what all they've done so far up till now before they met Adalia. So I do like those, even though we've know the player. but we don't know the character. So they kind of clue the character in. So give that reason of why this character would know this stuff. Uh, Carlos tries to make Christopher disappear, but nobody was having that. They were like, we would have noticed if Christopher wasn't here for a long extended time. So, man, when you're a DM and you try to do stuff like that, and then everybody's just like, no, it's like, well, I kind of had this cool thing planned, but now I gotta, and I feel like that's what a good DM is do is constantly change their plan. It's how they adapt to what the party's doing. But it was just funny that Carlos was like, Christopher's gone, and then everybody was like, nah, nah, no, he's not. But he had to change the story to like he got up to go to the bathroom to disappear. Basically, he did just disappear on the street. Ferric and Adalia, after a little bit, go find Christopher. You know, at first this was like it bothered me, but now I can like kind of get it. It bothered me that Adalia was like, I got to go find this person. I got to go like this person can't be alone because like when Spunk died, I think Mirage went off and Christopher's gone off. Like she's like, I'm gonna go with them, and I think that's more for like Katie's playing her like she's from this place that when people go off by themselves, they don't come back. They disappear. So it's not her trying to be like in your business. It's her character being like, I want to make sure that this person comes back safely. It's the best way that I can explain it. And it's just like that finally clicked in my head because it was just like, oh yeah, she's doing a good job of playing somebody who was in a resistance. So yeah, you don't go by yourself. You disappear like that. Uh, Christopher leaves the group a note through this random guy on the street. More of like I feel like Carlos was just trying to make something happen, but and the note just says, "Hey, I'm going to hang out with my friends. If you need to reach me, I'll be here. You can look for me there." And at first they were like, "Well, should we go check on them? Go check on him?" And everybody was kind of like, "Nah, I'll let him have his fun. If he went this far to get away from us, then he might just want to be away from us." Uh, Ferric is really pulling Adalia in close. It's like I feel like if this was like a show, it would be like one of those things where like Ferric pulls in Adalia and they're like lips are about his beak and her lips are about to touch, and it's just kind of like just staring longly into each other's eyes. You can tell that things are about to get serious between them. But he talks to her about Christopher, and it's just really close and sensual. And I'm just like, all right, I get it, I get it. They're about to hook up. Um, that's important later. Miraz is upset that Christopher didn't invite him out because apparently Miraz is 18. Pickles is also 18, by the way. Um, I think they're the youngest in the group, but Ambrose might be pretty young too. But I think he's in his 20s. Um, Ambrose is upset. Not Ambrose. Miraz is upset that he didn't get invited too because he's their age. He wants to go meet people. Um, we find out that drinking in the legal age for drinking is 14. So that's important. Carlos is very, very, very logical about his roles. I think they were trying to figure out what did Christopher leave this note, and Ambrose was like, "Can I like roll to see if this is his handwriting?" And Carlos was like, "You could, but have you ever seen Christopher write? Like, how would you know this is his handwriting? You can't." And I like that because it's just like you can't just roll to get the answer. You got to have proof of like how you're getting this answer. So Eventually, they worked towards the answer being like, I can roll to get this answer. But I do like that there's a rhyme and reason towards everything. The bartender comes back and they are ready for them in the back. So we are about to meet Pickle's family. They head to the back to see a pack of Goliaths. Uh, Pickle's oldest brother is here. His name is Dagger. Everyone introduces themselves to Dagger. Ambrose is paranoid. He looks over the room and, with a very good roll, he finds that there's dried, clean blood on the carpet. He gets real paranoid, and he's just immediately ready to go because Pickles' brother was like Ambrose Bousson. Yeah, the son to the commander of the Ivory Guard. Yeah, like Pickles, what are you doing? You brought this op into the house. What are you doing? But he was pretty cool about the whole thing. Pickles tells her brother that she has drugs made from crystal born people. He wants to know why she is with the son of the Ivory Guard, and then she tells him like this crazy fantasy story in the most dramatic way, and he's just like, Then Ambrose is like, it's true. And then Dagger kind of releases some information that Zeos is on his way to Mornstead. And I guess that one was free because, that's his sister or whatever. But nobody really believes him, especially Adalia, because she's like, where you get your information from? He's never left Mornstead before. That's not right. Like, and Dagger's like, we get our information ourselves. All this information is our information, so you need to calm down. Uh, they end up Mirage end up playing a game for the information. They're playing like the hand game with the knives going through. Apparently, that's called Five finger fillet. But they're blindfolded and they roll on it. And I think it was just like an acrobatics roll. I like when you can just make up those little simple games and then you put some detail into what's happening with just a roll. Like, man, you got a nat 20 and then you just. I think Mirage did get a nat 20 and he just kind of flips the knife and he did. And let me tell you something about Nathan. Nathan is really good at like filling the air. I want to say I would call it filling the air, because they played this multiple times, and then Nathan started doing bad on rolls, and then he instantly was like, it's because Mirage is not used to the weight of a Goliath knife. And I was like, how did you just instantly think that? It's like, don't even know if this was a Goliath's knife, but he said it. So it's just like, oh, that makes sense of why he would like not be able to like keep this up for a while. Why he would start out so strong and then fall off. So it's just like, man, Nathan is really good at filling the air with that kind of stuff. Um, but anyway, they play that game. Mirage did. I think, like I said, he rolled really high the first time, and then so Dagger tells them Zeos is 2 days out. They play again because Mirage got a little full of himself, and it looked like he was trying to impress Pickles, not in like "I want your body" type way, more in like "I'm a cool friend" type way. Because yeah, everybody seems to be hooking up. Ambrose always got his Ambrose. Ambrose. I need to stop reading my notes before I read them aloud. Ambrose always got his hands on his gun. Like, Ambrose, come on, man. You gotta ease up off that trigger finger. Like, you gotta ease. I know you from my dad was a cop and I'm a cop in training, but come on, ease up off that gun, man. Ease up off of it. The bartender hits on Ferric, and Adalia tries to send her away. It's getting more visible that Adalia likes Ferric and that she is going to do whatever it takes to get his attention. And it seems like Ferric is just blind to it all. um, at this point, Dagger gets bored and he sends everyone away with a piece of information. Apparently, Zeos has a bounty on the group. They really don't play too much attention to that. They're just kind of like whatever. The bartender talks to Ferric again, and Adalia tries to pull him away, but she's super unsuccessful. And then she like shakes the earth or something beneath her feet, and she falls. And Ferric catches her, and it just makes Adalia even more upset. And everyone rolls to see if Adalia was jealous, and then Katie was just like, "Oh yeah, she's jealous." And then so it's I have always said player relationships are the worst thing. Don't do a player relationship. I mean, do it if you want to. I mean, whatever. But in my any D&D game I've ever been in with a player dating another player, even if like a player character dating another player character, never ends well. But the time will tell. Uh, Pickle says goodbye to her brother and she hugs Dagger and she kind of brags about being stronger than him. Dagger knows they cheated, but apparently Pickles can't use her real name unless her father says. So don't really know what that is about, but hopefully we'll find out some more information about that because I don't know, just a Goliath crime syndicate sounds pretty cool. Everyone heads out. Pickles actually doesn't know what her family does to stay in power, so they don't seem that worried about Zales coming. They're just kind of like, whatever. We'll still be around. Like, we're not going anywhere. So it just seems like they don't care. And then Pickles is just like, I don't know what they do. They just tell me to do stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what they do either. Mirage used to be a hoodlum. I don't know why that's randomly in my notes there, but I think it was his way of explaining why he was so good at the game. But he talks about like running the streets of Mornstead, not Mornstead, yeah, Mornstead, and snatching purses and trying to play tricks on people and stealing stuff. So Morales used to be out there doing stuff. They head to Ambrose's family. They head to the rich part of town, which Ambrose's family is in. Then they head to the headquarters of the Ivory Guard. We meet Ambrose's father. Carlos is really good at voices. So what I'm about to say now is I'm not making fun of Carlos at all. Like the Zanzibar, it's when I was like he was Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Whatever. But Ambrose's father sounds like Forrest Whitaker. If Ambrose's father sounds just like Forrest Whitaker. Carlos does a really good job of creating new voices. And oh man, if you've ever heard Forrest Whitaker just speak for a long period of time, and then go listen to God, I forgot what his name is, uh, Captain Bousson. Um, they're the same people. They're the same people. Carlos does an amazing job at this stuff. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Good job. And of course, that's where the episode ends when he meets when the group meets Ambrose's father. I didn't even put his name. I just put they meet Ambrose's father, Forrest Whitaker. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. Man, we get into the city. Uh, we find out about this budding relationship. We find out about this this mafia. We find out some more about Pickles. We find out some more about Miraz. Uh, Everybody does great role play. Katie just playing her new character, like in a way that makes sense. Um, it was just all around a good episode. I love the whole Dagger family interaction, meeting Dagger and everything. So that was just really good. Uh, I feel like this episode was still setting up for something. This episode was still like something's about. I mean, like knowing that Zeos is coming 2 days out, like it's big. Like, what are they about to do? I mean, they're going to Ambrose's father. Uh, there's a lot here. There's a lot here. There's a lot to suspect, know what's coming, and figure out, and just everything. So, man, when the, this Lord, I call him Lord Zeos, yeah, Lord Zeos, put this bounty on their head. So it's just like, does that mean that they have a bounty in Mornstead, or will some bounty hunters catch them and bring them back to Northwatch, then execute justice? But anyway, this episode I will give a definite 9 hit dice out of 10. It was a great episode. Everybody had good reasons, good interactions. The episode flowed perfectly, going from one place to another. We got some character lore. We got to meet new people. We didn't sit in the same place for too long. Yeah, because I think we were on that. We went to the street. We went to Pickle's brother, and then we went to Ambrose's place. And Carlos did a really good job of describing those places, from being in on the streets into a mafia diner into the rich part of the kingdom. So that all was real good. Great job. It's solid 9 hit dice out of 10. Great episode setting up for what's to come. But anyway, I'm gonna call it there. You guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Just remember, you are loved, you are important, and you matter. You guys have a good day, good rest of your day. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in to Miles TV. Bye.